Welcome to This Week in Baseball Cards for the week of Monday, January 30th through Sunday, February 5th. This is an article that I normally write and post to the Prospects Live baseball card section, but we're going to try something a little bit new here, something I've been wanting to do for a while, and do an audio slash video representation of this. And I think, hopefully it is enjoyable for you all rather than having to read through the written word. You can just watch a quick video about everything going on in the week in baseball cards. So this week we have 4 products on the calendar at the moment, but as always, that is subject to change. The 4 products are 2022 Panini Prizm draft picks, 2022 Topps Gilded Collection, 2022 Topps Chrome Ben Baller Edition, and 2022 Bowman Draft Sapphire Edition. So first we'll start with 2022 Panini Prizm draft picks. Now, its release date is Friday, February 3rd. However, on January 27th, Friday, a week before, the first off the line version of it went on the Dutch auction style selling at the Panini website. So that started at $300 and it was working its way down to the floor of $100. So you had an opportunity to buy it every 5 minutes, the price reduced, and it did hit the floor of $100. And I do know some people that were buying it at that price. And the hobby version of this product you can purchase right now from Blowout Cards for $100. So kind of made sense. However, you go back and look at what 2021 hobby boxes are currently going for. You can buy one on David Adams right now for $65. So you just have to be cognizant of the long-term value of these products is not the best. The players are going to be in their college uniforms or their high school uniforms. You will have the team city name on the card typically, but you won't have the actual team, major league team logos or names on these cards because it is unlicensed. The design is the Prizm design. So you'll see the current Prizm design with all the myriad of parallels. With the most popular ones you've got, right, are the snake skin, the animal prints, right, the snake skin and the tiger stripes. The checklist, as I was kind of mentioning, is the 2022 MLB draft for the most part. That's the focus. So, you'll essentially have that base checklist of 100, 1 through 220 will be almost identical to the MLB draft order. So starting at card 1, you'll have Jackson Holiday. Starting card 2, you'll have Drew Jones, and on and on and on. There are some that didn't get in there and they were replaced by current prospects by the likes of Yuri Perez, Jack Leiter, Brian Bayo is another one in there. But all the draft pick guys, right? Jackson Holiday, Drew Jones, Elijah Green, Tamar Johnson, Kumar Rocker, Brooks Lee, Jace Young, et cetera, right? And then you'll find other, non-2022 draft picks in addition to the ones I mentioned in the insert sets. So, Jeremy Pena, even some rookies in there, Nick York, Emmanuel Rodriguez, Jordan Walker, Cade Cavalli, Tristan Casas, Stephen Kwan, Diego Cartaya, et cetera, et cetera. Another cool thing about this product is that you get the inserts. The inserts can be really cool. And the Color Blast insert is very, very popular. As I have a Jack Leiter version up on the screen. There's some other really nice ones. The Prismatic is very nice. The Lava Flow one is another ultra rare version of it, of an insert card that's pretty popular. And then at the end of the day, you're also going to be able to find retail formats, right? You'll have your cello packs, your blasters, your mega boxes, and they'll likely have their own versions of exclusive prisms, the red velocities or purple velocities, pink velocities, whatever it happens to be for 2022. So at the end of the day, I like this product for the price point. It's a good product for getting access at a good price for all of the prospects you like to chase, but you have to do it with eyes wide open, knowing that it's unlicensed and it doesn't hold a ton of cachet or value in the hobby. So moving on, we will go over to 2022 Topps Gilded Collection. That is planned to be released on Wednesday, February 1st, and it is a debut product for 2022. The configuration is, at the moment, just a hobby box with a single pack of cards, 5 cards per pack. So you get 5 cards per box. Your 3 of those cards will be the chrome refractors. The base version is the Wander Franco you see on screen, which is numbered to 99, or parallels that are lower numbers, more rare parallels down the scale. There's 4 or 5 different parallels. And then you'll get 2 autos. So you'll have the chrome gold etch auto, as you can see the Shohei Ohtani on the screen, and then you'll have a gold framed auto, and occasionally you'll get lucky and hit a cut auto. In this case, we're looking at a Babe Ruth auto, which has generated a lot of controversy in the past few weeks about Panini messing those up pretty pretty badly. We're swapping that with the Babe Ruth with a George Brett cut auto, and then a few weeks earlier, hearing about a Topps Luminary Babe Ruth auto that was actually signed by his secretary, not Babe Ruth himself. So the boxes are currently going for $400 on Blowout, so expect to pay somewhere near that price point when they do go live on Topps' website. If they do, they probably will. But the design, as you saw earlier, is that traditional 2022 Topps Chrome design that you're used to, just given kind of a fancy museum collection / transcendent, really high-end type of look, gold filigree type of designs. The checklist is Rookies, Vets, and Legends. 150 base card set that is essentially based off of Series 1 or Series 2. And then there's an extended set of rookies where you'll get Witt, J-Rod, Torque, Hunter Green, C.J. Abrams, Seiya Suzuki, Mackenzie Gore, Bryson Stott, Jeremy Pena, and Heliot Ramos. So that's pretty decent. I think it all depends upon that extended base set. The rookies, what are the odds on those? Will there be a lot of them? Will there be pretty rare? If they're pretty rare, they can probably bring a fair amount of value. And I think at first you're going to see a lot of value in this product as everyone scrambles to grab it. But and it's a debut product, so typically those hold still a lot of value long term. But we'll see where the hobby goes with it. One thing to be aware of is that the gold framed autos are all Hall of Famers. So in general, you would think that's great, but sometimes you're going to get the Tim Raines, the Harold Baines, the Raleigh Fingers. And while I know there's collectors of those guys out there, those cards don't bring a lot of value. So you may be a swing and miss on the gold frame autos. So just be aware that at least one of your 2 autos, so one of them is going to be kind of the vet and rookie autos. That's the gold etch Topps Chrome design. And then the other auto is going to be a gold framed auto. So you're going to, unless it's that cut, but very rare to hit those. So, it might be a bit disappointing from a value perspective. I tend not to play in this space. I just don't like spending that money. I'm excited to see what they look like. I think the base rookie cards will do pretty dang well. And unfortunately, I don't have any PC guys there, so I'm not going to be chasing this product hard. But I think it'll be pretty dang popular for at least a few weeks when it drops. Moving on, 2022 Topps Chrome Ben Baller Edition is scheduled to release on Wednesday, February 1st. It's an online exclusive. I believe it's in its 3rd year. 2020 was the 1st year. And it's essentially Ben Baller came to notoriety with Project 2020, I believe, and in the trading card world per se, and he's basically a jeweler / artist, and so his cards essentially bejewels his cards, and If you see on the screen, you'll see that a lot of that, it's kind of hard to see. We don't have many images, but he's showing off some of his purple refractors, which are exclusive to him. He got all of the purple refractors, which are numbered out of 42. The base border and design elements in the border are all kind of shiny, jeweled type of scenario. And then you have his classic Ben Baller logo, chain logo, hanging off of the Topps logo on the card. The checklist is, well, before I go on, the design for the throwbacks are also in this product, which I like hands down. In the last 2 years, that's been the highlight for me in this product. This year we'll see the 1987 throwback design, which is a wood design. I don't know how it's going to look bejeweled, but I'm looking forward to seeing what that does look like, because I do like those, even though last year's base design left a lot to be desired in my opinion. So from the checklist perspective, it's essentially the Topps Chrome checklist for the base set, 220 cards, and then you get the 5 base extended short print rookies, which are on the checklist. We do know in 2022 Topps Chrome, they weren't packed out in a lot of the configuration. So here's crossing our fingers to hope they are packed out, and we shall see. But those ones are highly sought after. You've especially J-Rod and Witt, and then to a lesser degree Torque and Hunter Green and CJ Abrams. Their boxes, no guaranteed autos, 5 parallels per box, and so I'm imagining the autos are very short printed. You're getting 20 players in the auto checklist, which is very strong, which leads me to believe it's going to be very short printed. I mean, the highlights are Witt, J-Rod, Torque, Hunter Green. I'm sorry, not I'm not sure about Hunter Green. Pena, Pujols, Jose Ramirez, Juan Soto, Mike Trout, O'Neill Cruz, the Polar Bear, Pete Alonso, Ronald Acuna Jr., Shohei Ohtani, Spencer Torkelson, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and Wander Franco. Last year, these boxes cost $240. And it was just not a good product year, and because the rookies just didn't deliver. So this year we'll see how Topps approaches this. I can't imagine it'll be too far off of that. We don't have any information. It's not something I personally buy sealed, but I might, pick up some of those inserts if they look good for the 1987 versions. And one more thing about the auto checklist is Ben Baller does have a card and an auto in it. So we'll see what that looks like. Yeah, he hasn't had that in the past in Ben Baller editions. So something, a little bit of another wrinkle. And then there's usually some other forms of inserts in there that are pretty popular. Depending, we have like a diamond die cut. The die cuts tend to look nice. And then he's got this riding low set. So we'll see what that looks like. There's no images out there of that right now. And finally, we have Bowman Draft Sapphire Edition. So that is basically taking the 2022 Bowman Draft product and giving it the Sapphire treatment. So that's scheduled to also come out on Wednesday, February 1st as an online exclusive. No details right now. Likely no guaranteed autos if they follow the same pattern that they followed in previous years, and probably 2 parallels per box. Last year, that was the format. They sold it for $200 a box. It was a huge jump from previous years in price points, but that seems to be kind of the standard pricing approach now for these Sapphire boxes. The design, you see it on the screen, is Jackson Holliday's first Bowman. There's not a heck of a lot more to say about it. It's the core Bowman release design that we've seen all year long. The checklist, it's the full base checklist. 200, I believe it's 200 cards. Yeah, 200 cards, and everybody with a base card is getting in here. This is a base only set with parallels, no autos, more than likely. And so anybody in the 2022 Bowman Draft normal release does not that has an auto but no base card is not in this product. So the main guys you're kind of missing are Tucker Toman, Tyler Locklear, Sterling Thompson, and some others, but those are the main ones. If you want, you can go check out my 2022 Bowman Draft product preview where I go through everyone with the first Bowman in the product, and you can just search in there for auto only, and you'll find the guys that won't be in there, and you'll be like, oh, that's the guy I was chasing, and he's not going to be in this product. But you can get my opinion on the entire checklist there. It's all the guys we've been seeing, right? Jackson Holiday, Tamar Johnson, Elijah Green, and on and on and on, right? Brooks Lee, Gavin Cross, and the like. Now, the interesting thing is I do have this image of Jackson Holiday because Topps mistakenly used it for their 2022 Bowman Chrome Sapphire edition release last week. And because they did that, they're actually sent out a note to any of the buyers of that product that because this was on the website as one of the images, even though they kind of put it in the fine print that these images aren't final and may not be part of the product, there wasn't enough people complaining that they're offering people refunds on the Bowman Chrome Sapphire edition boxes. So yeah, it was a strange 20 minutes where kind of the hobby was going, why is Jackson Holiday listed on 2022 Bowman Chrome Sapphire's sell page? But yeah, I with it being a base only set, with it being 200 cards, the likelihood of hitting the guys you want in, I think it's about like typically a 32 card box, typically four cards per pack, 8 packs per box. It's a tough buy when you're just buying a box for yourself and ripping. A lot of times the odds are against you. When it comes to breaks, it's actually a decent product to break and get into breaks if you find good prices, or if you can get random teams and hit the big teams, get the Orioles, Nationals, Pirates, that type of thing. So, some options here. I also just, I love to buy the singles of it. It's a better than buying singles of the refractors, in my opinion. And you just at the end of the day, you end up paying not much more for them as long as you wait a few weeks or a month or two when the hype dies down. So yeah, that was This Week in Baseball Cards for the week of January 30th through February 5th. It's my first time doing this in video audio format, so forgive any mistakes I made. Hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully this finds an audience and we can do some more of these. See you later.